Hello everyone, this is Jake, and today we'll be talking more about the Girls Frontline 2. And Girls Frontline 2 just got brand new information regarding to the setting of the lores and whatnot. They show this new image as you see on your screen, and we're gonna be talking about the description they added to the post as well. And let's get right into it. So I'm going to be reading long lines of translation of what they posted, and just stay with me. It's a long line of text, but let's get into it. So first of all, ground zero, black zone. So it's where the source of collapse radiation is located. The area is roughly several dozens kilometers across, composed of the crater created by the original blast and the area around it. It is the final region which needs to be cleansed under the organization they describe as a European collapse radiation and contaminated region recovery and the revitalization joint development agreements. I actually don't know if that's a correct translation, whatever, but I think they just mean there's some kind of organization to revitalize this kind of mess, but I don't know if that's possible. And they also says collapse radiation intensity here is extremely high, and the chance of you surviving here is unlikely once they entered. So next thing they mention is affection makeup, which details no permanent residents, large numbers of lead infected wanders around the area. So I think it's just to show you how dangerous this area really is, filled with those monsters, which is probably not high chance of surviving there once again. The surface structure is labeled with a mysterious tower style structure exists here, containing an entrance to the relics of the ancient civilization and abandoned research buildings. So that also sounds very interesting. Maybe they did have some research base to study all these ancient relics and whatnot, which ties deeply into the lore of the Girls Frontline with the collapse elements. And the laws, they talk about terrain, primarily dominated by wasteland and difficult terrain. After the blast, the entire region has collapsed into funnel shape with a center known as a ground zero. The surface soil near ground zero was vitrified mid-fight by the high temperature and the shock wave, which has led to the surface being covered by a sharp black crystal object. And the region is frequently beset by the collapse storms. Unlike the normal storms, collapse storms can carry high levels of collapse radiation, which make them lethal to all living creatures and electronic devices. In addition to impeding visions and movements, collapse radiation intensity in the region is extremely high, causing few other living creatures can survive here apart from the clusters of mutated plants. So as you can see from all the details with ground zero, it's very unlikely to have any human interactions happening within the levels of the ground zero. Maybe dolls are able to explore those areas, but I don't think as a human, the commander will be able to survive in this area. If you remember back in CT events, Angelica and others suffer through the collapse radiations. Dolls seems to be doing fine, but if you remember also in the ranking maps, the dolls did take some damage as you fight within those nodes with the infected radiation area. So I'm assuming ground zero is going to be way worse than that, and the dolls will have to have a different types of gear set, whatever protections to survive in these areas. So I'm very interested to see how this kind of setting will actually play out within the game and the maps, and it will be time gated kind of penalty with the news to quickly clear out the area, or how it's gonna play. I don't know, to be honest with you, but there's a lot of ideas from the other games they could borrow to implement this kind of infected area. So it'll be pretty cool to see what it does at the end of the day. And this is just my fan theory, I would say, but I see a lot of connection to the Arknight. And I know Arknight is not the most original thing in terms of their ideas of the world, setting up the world. They borrowed a lot of Western media in terms of their setting as well. But at the same time, it's a Chinese game there with the Chinese developers, and they might have a similar thoughts when they're developing this game back in the day. So we don't know what's going to happen, but it'll be pretty cool to see collaboration. But as you can see, this CG arts from the Arknight itself, and they do have this pointy rocks pointing out, some crystal, whatever you want to call it. So I think it'd be really cool to see some collaboration with the Arknight in the future with this game. So anyway, that's all the details we have for the first basically introduction of the Girls Frontline to the universe. It's different than PB. They show the image and some text, but since we do know about some settings from the Bakery Girls as well as Girls Frontline 1, we can kind of think and predict what's going to happen in that 10-year gap. And I'm going to be posting a lot of these in the future as well, because there's another video I've been trying to make about the whole this PB elements whatnot. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Jake. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.